Hello, this is JB. I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to talk about two times when my late mother took a stand. My mother, her name was Terry. She was Christian, and she spent her life as a preschool teacher. And I can remember two times when I was a kid that she stood up because she didn't like something that she heard or saw. The first one is one time she had me, my brother, and sister. We were at a Michael's Craft Stores. Michael's is that big brand that has stores all over the country. But we were in the Michael's Craft Store, and we were going to the checkout lane, and she looked up, and they had a big wall of balloons. And she read one of the balloons, and it said, "Life is a bitch, and then you die." And she didn't like that because maybe a couple of reasons, but the most obvious reason was because she had three little kids, and the balloon said the word bitch. And so she found the manager, assistant manager, or something, some guy that looked official. He had on khaki pants and a black shirt, and he was probably in his mid 20s, and he was kind of like um, goofy looking guy, but you know, I shouldn't have even said that. But he was just a regular looking guy. And she went up to him and she said, "Hey, I want to tell you about something. I just looked up there and I saw that balloon, and that balloon said, 'Life is a bitch and then you die.' I have three little kids, and they can read. At least me and my brother probably could at that point. I don't know if my sister could. But he said, "Oh, well, okay, it's a balloon. That's nice." And she said, "But you need to take it down because it's inappropriate. You shouldn't have that." And she explained all the reasons why she thought it should not be there. And he did take it down. He went and got a ladder. And he literally took it down. He may have put it back up after we left, but he took it down. And I just thought that was funny because like a business can sell anything that they want, and like if you don't like it, you don't have to shop there. But my mom just didn't think it was right, especially since it's a craft store and it's a family type store. She didn't think it was appropriate, so she took a stand and he responded. And then one other time, we were in Union County, North Carolina, which is east of Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, and we were between Stallings and Indian Trail, two small towns that are very close to each other. And along the way between Stallings and Indian Trail, there's this rock store that stands at a Y where a road branches off. And this rock store is a landmark. Everybody knows where the rock store is. If they live anywhere near there, they know where the rock store is. It's even called the rock store. Uh, I don't know if it's an official landmark, but it's definitely a landmark. Everybody knows about this place. But in those days, it had a convenience store, and there weren't a lot of convenience stores like there are now in that area because it was like rural area back then. Now there's like a convenience store on every corner, and there's a Walmart and a Harris Teeter and every other kind of grocery store, and a lot of traffic and all that. But back in those days, it was just like a quiet road. It wasn't a country road, but it was a quiet road that connected two small towns. It was a main road, but it wasn't very big. It wasn't highly trafficked, and it was on Monroe Road. But or what they call Old Charlotte Highway, between Charlotte and Monroe. But we stopped at the store, and I was probably about the same age as in the last story. I was 4, 5, 6. We had just moved out to that area, and we stopped at the store to get something to drink. I think maybe get some M&Ms or Kit Kat because that's what we liked back then. Maybe a piece of gum. I don't remember. But we were in this store, and we got what we needed, and we were going to the checkout, which was close to the front door, and there was a man. He was a very large man, as I remember, and he had on like a jean vest, like with the cutoff, and he This is a guy you would not want to fight. And he was standing there. He was getting ready to take our order, and I looked over and I saw I think it was a Budweiser calendar with a woman on there, and she had clothes on, but not very many, and or not. She wasn't very well covered. Swimsuit. I like it's appropriate for most people, but maybe not for kids that small. Like to see that, like now, probably if you went to a store, you might see it and it would be normal. But there in North Carolina, the way it was, very conservative and very religious area, and so wasn't appropriate. And my mom, uh, and there may have actually been something that where the lady on the in the picture wasn't fully covered, but I don't want to say that for sure. But my mom told this man, this large man who was the cashier, she told him, "Hey, that's inappropriate. I have my kids in here. I have three small kids." And he said, "Well, don't look at it if you don't like it." And she said, "Yeah, but we're in here and they see it. It's not appropriate. You need to take it down." And he said, "If you don't like it, you can leave." And we did leave, and we never went back. Like for the rest of my mother's life, which was I don't know how many years, maybe 25 more years, almost 30 more years. We never went back. And she, as far as I know, she never went back. It after it was that little convenience store for a while, it became vacant, I think, for some time, and now it's a barbecue restaurant. But she never went back there because the guy said you can leave, and she said we will. And so like she voted with her pocketbook. So instead of saying okay, if this guy wants to have the stuff, that's his right, and we'll just keep shopping there. She didn't do that. She said, okay, if the guy doesn't want to take it down, then we're just not going to support him with our money. And we did, and we went to all kinds of other stores, but not there. And so she took a stand. She didn't get what she wanted, which was for him to take it down and probably apologize, but you know, she took her own action, and it was appropriate action. Everybody has a right to do what both of them did in that situation. But I was, I mean, I wouldn't have taken the same stances that my mom took because I'm more in favor of free speech and allowing people to say or do whatever they want as long as it's not illegal or like very harmful to people. Like there's certain things you can't say, like even if it's legal, you shouldn't say it, or there's certain like visuals that should not be in public, like nudity, especially when there's kids. And anytime it's in public, doesn't matter if there's kids or not, probably shouldn't have nudity. If people want to do that in private at a strip club or some other kind of place that's off limits for random people who might be walking by, that's different. But not in public. And so like I wouldn't have done the same. I wouldn't have taken the same stands as her, but I was still like I remember to this day that she did it, and I'm kind of proud that she did it because she believed in that. And even though I don't believe the same thing, I'm proud that she stood up for what she believed. And I think that's what all people should do. They don't have to agree with her stance and take her stance, but whatever they believe, as long as it's not harmful to other people, it's not illegal, then they should do it. Say it and do it. Because that's what our country is about. It's about everybody having their own ideas and then sharing them appropriately and then finding a way to work together or to just live separately. Even though we have to live together, you live your life, I live my life, we're both happy, it's fine. And that's what it's all about. Anyway, those are my two memories of the times when my mom took a stand. So I got on that. Thanks for listening.